This is my restored 1985 Honda ATC 110 trike, which I will be selling. I'll start the video off by putting my hand on the exhaust manifold to show that it's cold. It's not been started in quite some time and has only been started once since it was fully rebuilt and restored. This is the second time it's been outdoors. Once was a few weeks ago when I was selling another 1985 which was unrestored and I wanted pictures of them side by side, and then today for this video. The entire trike has been restored. The frame, brackets, skid plate and any other components have been powder coated, as well as the wheels. Any metal work such as the hubs, nuts, bolts, the axle, brake rods, seat fixings, engine nuts and bolts and internal engine components such as the starter cage have been zinc plated. Then everything else has been sandblasted, such as the tank, forks and other components, including all external engine parts have been sandblasted prior to being painted in the correct shade of black external, a slightly darker silver internal on the main engine casing and a brighter silver finish on the cylinder head. The trike has been built as a display piece, just to have in the corner and admire. I had these things when I was a child and there was a bit of nostalgia. They have been an obsession for quite some time, but unfortunately I'm needing to clear out some of my toys that I am not getting to have any more time for. So it's a lovely thing, and it's the last year of this style of horizontal engine, 1985. I'll go through any imperfections, as there are some. It's not 100% concourse restoration, but it's quite nice. I'll work from the front to the back. There's a run there in the lacquer. I was always going to tackle it, but here we are. The throttle cable has got evidence of wear as it's original, as do the grips. They are original grips. The cover for the throttle housing has been painted silver. It should be chrome, but I've never tackled that. There's some marks on the bars. Paint on the fuel tank has crazed a little bit round here and at the other side. It was painted about 6 years ago. The decals I got were in collaboration with a guy where I gave him all the sizes from a lot of trikes so he could start selling them. I've not found them to adhere very well. This one's lifting, as is the one on the other side. But again, you know, it sits in a corner on display, and until your face is up in these things, you don't notice them, so it's never really bothered me enough to tackle it. The rear mudguards have got evidence of some scores and sanding marks. And the rear plastics again have got some marks in them. This lid here is not original. I cut that to shape to go in there. It's on with double-sided tape, as I did not want to screw in anything just to hold that there. They're quite a scarce thing to get hold of. It looks the part, but it's obviously not original. There is a chip here and here in that wheel, and also one missing here. I've had the seat professionally recovered. He's made an excellent job. There's a very, very difficult thing to get hold of a seat for these things now. So it's looking very nice. It's not got a headlight bulb in it, but they're easy obtained. But you know, I'm not needing to ride it to bother with having any lights. But the light itself's there, which is the main thing. I'll take off the rear plastic so you can have a look under there. I'll just have to put up the phone on the headlamp for a moment. gives a better look at the frame and all the brackets. Now the exhaust, it's original but has got quite a few patches in it, as well as some exhaust filler paste. Difficult things to get hold of, and I'd rather have it looking original than putting on one of these pit bike exhausts that some people put up over the frame and end up melting the plastics. So it looks the part, but it's not perfect. However, it is 35 years old, so for one of these things that's generally had a lot of abuse through its life, this looks very, very good in comparison. The chain is not the correct width. It's only on for looks as well. It's a bit wide, so it's clicking up on the casing there. It does need to be narrower, but again, it's just a display piece for me, this, so not that fussed. However, if you do want to ride it, of course, then it would be okay, but I'd recommend another chain. But I would shudder to think that something like this would actually get ridden and abused anyway, unless it's on some nice dry ground, but it'd be a shame to see it go off-road. Carburetor has also been rebuilt. It's missing a rubber here, but they're actually really easy to get hold of. Just haven't bothered. I'll look at the rear plastics. Good strong metal seat. Normally they've rotted out. It's had some parts added to get the new seat cover to staple onto. So I'll pop this back on and I'll start it up. Pop the phone down again to get two hands. Right, so there we are. Now then, let's see how this reacts. Switch that to on. I'll try it with no choke first. It's quite warm, but we'll see. Ah, jeez. Great. Okay. They're normally good, these things. With the car being rebuilt as well, it's holding fuel. I'll give it a rev. Still smoky from the rebuild. Still a lot of oil in the bore, but that'll soon clean up. Now, we'll try giving it a ride. This is the very, very first time I've ever ridden this, so this is a new experience for me. Normally these things only ever get put on display. I never ever think about riding them, so let's see. Right, it's got gears. Oh, excellent. We're moving. I didn't know if it could do this or not, but I'd hope. Right, let's try second. Oh, second. Third, yep. And fourth. Oh, excellent. Runs a treat. Second. And into first. No, I'll switch off here and we'll look out. No, I won't switch off, I'll leave it running. So there we are. 6 years of work, and it's had its first ride in a for sale video, which is a bit of a shame. But I dare say if I wasn't selling it, I would have never ever ridden it anyway. Maybe need to turn the idle down a bit. I'll switch off just now. So there we are.